What's up, guys? What is going on? What's up? This is definitely a late night stream for me, that's for sure. Definitely a late night for old Butcher Block. I just wanted to come at you guys real quick for a week 17 video. I'm kind of being quiet. It's definitely late here on the East Coast. It is, I believe it's 12:45, so excuse me if I'm a little bit quiet, guys. I'm trying not to yell or get overly excited because it's kind of late here on the East Coast, but I did want to come at you guys and put this video out for you and do my week 17 picks. What up, CA? What's up, guys? It's definitely late over here on the East Coast, so pardon me if I'm being a little bit more quiet and subdued as usual. It's going good, man. It's going good, CA. How you doing, bud? It is going good. But I just wanted to put this video out and just get my picks out here for you guys. It's been a pretty busy week for me. This is definitely much later than I'm used to streaming. But here we go, guys. Let's get this thing started and let's get underway. It is definitely late for me, so I'm gonna get these picks out of the way pretty quick and then head to bed because I am exhausted. I've been doing a lot of driving for the holiday season and I'm pretty tired. But here we go. So let's get this thing underway. First game we got is a 1 o'clock. The New York Jets and the Buffalo Bills. I am going to say that the Bills are going to play this game like it's a playoff game and definitely be focused, and they should beat the Jets pretty handily. Buffalo's going to treat this like a playoff game, and they are definitely going to be playing this thing as if the playoffs have already started. So they should more than likely beat the brakes off the Jets. So I will take Buffalo in that one. Next game is another 1 o'clock, Cleveland and Cincinnati. Cincinnati is a terrible, terrible organization. Not just a terrible team, but they are a bad organization all around. They are more than likely going to try and tank so they can take Joe Burrow in the draft this year. So I would assume that the Browns are going to beat this team pretty good. They're going to beat up Cincinnati pretty good. So give me Baker Mayfield and company over the Bengals. So once again, Cleveland over the Bengals. Moving on, guys. Green Bay playing at Detroit. Hey, Tom. What's up, Tom? What's up, Tom? Jasper, how you doing, buddy? So our third 1 o'clock game, guys, is the Green Bay Packers at the Detroit Lions. I am going to take Green Bay in that one. They're going to continue to roll, and once again they're going to start prepping for the playoffs as well. So I would assume Green Bay should take care of the Lions again, pretty substantially. I would think that's going to be a big game for the Packers. So I'm going to take Green Bay in that one. Sorry, guys. Throat was getting dry. All right. Next 1 o'clock game, LA Chargers at the Kansas City Chiefs. Kansas City should absolutely destroy this team. Kansas City should beat the brakes off the Chargers. The Chargers they've been struggling all year. Phillip Rivers is not the same quarterback. Phillip Rivers is not the same quarterback as he used to be. That is for sure. Rivers has struggled a lot this year. And I think that Kansas City should once again handle business as usual. So I am taking the Chiefs in that one. Next game, moving down the line, guys, still in the 1 o'clock time slot, we have Chicago at Minnesota. Minnesota should absolutely beat the brakes off the Chicago Bears. Minnesota is another team that's trying to stay in the hunt for a playoff spot. So they are going to be treating this game as if it is a playoff, and they should absolutely beat the brakes off of the Chicago Bears. Miami at New England. Once again, all the reports coming out of the Patriots camp say that the Patriots are treating this game as if it were a playoff, and we all know how the Patriots play in the playoffs. They should absolutely demolish Miami. This score should be 27-7, 30-7, 30-3. The Patriots should absolutely demolish this team. Next game, Atlanta at Tampa Bay. This is going to be a good game. Atlanta at Tampa Bay. I'm going to take the Bucks. I am going to take the Bucks in that one. I don't trust Atlanta. I don't trust Atlanta enough to play outside of their own home field. I don't trust them on the road, and they've just been a Jekyll and Hyde team all year. So I think Tampa Bay is going to beat the Falcons at home. Tampa Bay is home. So next game, guys, we are still in the 1 o'clock slot. Still in the 1 o'clock time zone. A time slot for games. It is the New Orleans Saints versus the Carolina Panthers, and I am going to take the Saints. They are going to continue to roll. They're going to continue to roll. And Panthers are a struggling team. They've kind of fallen off the good play that they've kind of fallen off the cliff there, the good play they've had earlier on in the season. I think teams have kind of figured them out, and if you make them one dimensional, I think the Panthers are toast. And I'm pretty sure that the Saints are going to take care of business in that one. So I'll take New Orleans. Next game, we are going to start our 425 games, guys. It is Washington traveling to Dallas to play the Cowboys. I will take the Cowboys in that one. Washington they've been struggling. They've once again this year they've been one of those Jekyll and Hyde teams. They go back and forth where they play really well and then they play really bad, and they're struggling to find an identity. I will take the Cowboys in that one. I do think Washington makes it interesting, though. I think the Redskins do make it interesting. I think they play better than people think they're gonna. I think they will play better than people expect, but I do think the Cowboys will win that game. All right, moving down the line, we have Oakland traveling to Denver to play the Broncos, and if Oakland wins, they have a shot at. If some other teams win, I forget what it is, but Oakland needs a win to stay in the playoff hunt. The Raiders need a win to stay in the playoff hunt. So I think they're going to be playing as if, playing like they're playing for their playoff lives, which, technically they really are. So I think Oakland's going to win that game. I do think Denver's going to try and play spoiler, though. I think Oakland will win that game, but I think it's going to be a pretty close game because I believe Denver's going to try and play spoiler in that game and knock them out of the playoffs. So I will take the Raiders in that one, but not by much. I do think CA. I think your team tries to play spoiler in that one, CA, and I think they're going to play real hard and do the best. I think it's going to be a lot closer game than people think, because the Broncos are going to want to, if they're going to go out, if the Broncos are going out, they're going to want to take the Raiders with them. So I am going to take the Raiders, but not by much. Maybe a field goal in between. So 3, 4, or 7 points. It's going to be a close game, though. All right, moving down the line, guys. Arizona at the Rams. I am going to take the Cardinals in this one. That is my upset. The coach plays. What's up? Hey, coach. I didn't think you'd be up, man. It's 12:45 on the East Coast here. I wasn't expecting you to be up, man. But good to see you, bud. Good to see you, coach. What's going on, man? Yeah, I am going to take the Cardinals in an upset. I will take the Cardinals. I believe they played the Rams earlier in the season and played them really well. So I'll take the Cards in that one in an upset. Moving down the line, guys, Philadelphia traveling to New York, or I should say New Jersey, to play the Giants. There is nothing more that I would like talk about a late Christmas present. Talk about a late Christmas present, right? If there's nothing more than I would like to see than the Giants knock Philly out of the playoffs and end their season basically on the last game of the season, the regular season. So I am going to be rooting for the Giants in this one bad. I want to see the Giants end Philly's season. So I will be rooting for the Giants in that one, and I am going to take New York. I'm going to take the Giants in that one. All right, next game. We are still in our 425 time window. We have Indy traveling to Jacksonville. Once again, this is another story of two Jekyll and Hyde teams. You get one really good week out of them and then one really bad week. Sorry, Tom. I know you're an Eagle fan. Connor Burke, a little bit, just a little bit. But yeah, man. Yeah, I am. Just a little, though. A little bit. So I am going to take Indianapolis in this game. I am going to take the Colts in this one. I think the Colts are gonna find a way to pull this game out. Jags, ever since Jalen Ramsey left, they've kind of fallen apart. They've kind of come apart at the seams, and behind the scenes in the locker room, they've definitely come apart. So I am going to take Indianapolis in that one. Next game, we have Pittsburgh traveling to Baltimore. Pittsburgh traveling to Baltimore to play the Ravens. And from what I understand, Lamar Jackson will not play this game. I believe that's what I've been hearing. I think they're going to sit him because they already have the number one spot locked up. The number one seed locked up. They have home field advantage locked up. So I believe that Lamar Jackson will not play this game from the reports that I've been hearing. Even with that being said, the Ravens D and the running game is still good enough. To beat that team. Even without Lamar in there, they still have enough on offense and defense to beat that team. And I think Baltimore over Pittsburgh, especially Baltimore being at home, that's definitely a big advantage. That's definitely a big advantage for them. Yeah, no, Coach, I'm in definite agreement with you on that one. The Ravens find a way to win. Yeah, Connor, they're all sitting out. All their big main starters, all the guys that mean the most to them, they're all sitting out. But they have everything locked up. So they have the number one seed locked up. They have the first round bye locked up. They have it all. Locked up, and I'm still going to pick the Ravens. Next game, we have Tennessee at Houston, and I believe the Titans, Coach, if correct me if I'm wrong, Coach, but I believe the Titans are still in the playoff hunt, but they need a win. Correct me if I'm wrong, but I believe the Titans are still in the playoff picture, but they need a win. College, not so much, man. I don't do college too often. So Tennessee the at at the Texans. Yeah, see, so okay, so I was right. So the coach says he's a Titans fan, and he says if they win, they're in. So Tennessee's going to be they're fighting for their playoff lives. So there's no way that they're not going to play. They're not going to be, they're not going to try and play the best game of their season this weekend. So with that being said, the Texans they've kind of been exposed a little bit, during the season, where you can definitely, there's definitely ways to beat that team. There's definitely ways to beat that team. So I am going to I'll give you an opinion on that OSU Clemson game in 1 sec, man. I'll take the Texans. You know what? Not the Texans, the Titans. Give me the Titans. I will take the Titans. I'll take the Titans in that one. It's going to be that'll be a tough one, but I'm hoping the Titans win that game. So I'll pick the Titans in another upset. And our night game, San Francisco at Seattle. I will take. This is going to be one of the bigger games in Jimmy's. If Jimmy Garoppolo plays the whole game, it's going to be one of the bigger games in his career. So this should be a pretty interesting tell on how Jimmy handles pressure and how he really, how he does when he's really squeezed and really put in a serious effort there. So the Seahawks already beat them once, and they beat them in San Francisco. That's the one thing. That's the one thing that they do have going for them. They went all the way down to San Fran and beat them at home. Beat the Niners in their home stadium. So, and I believe I called that game too. I said that Seattle would go down there and punch them in the mouth, and they wouldn't be able to recover. I don't know if San Fran lets that happen again, though. I really don't. I don't know if San Fran. I don't know if San Fran's going to let that happen again. I'll take the Niners in that one because I think they're going to be a little sore over that loss that they took to the Seahawks at home. I'll take the Niners in a close one by 3. But that's it, guys. So I'll get back to the OSU game. The OSU Clemson game is going to be the best game of one of the best college games of the year. OSU and Clemson is going to be one of the best college football games of the year. That game is going to be can't miss. The OSU Clemson game is going to be probably the best college football game of the year. And that's a tough one to pick too. That's a tough one to pick too. Clemson has played awfully well as of late. I mean really good. They've Clemson in the later half of the season has really picked it up. They have really picked it up. So it's definitely going to be interesting. Like I said, to me that game is going to be one of the best college football games of the season, of the year to watch. If you want my opinion on who's going to win, Clemson has got to play flawless on defense for them to win. They have got to play flawless on D for them to win that game. No mistakes, no mental errors. and keep everything in front of them. Clemson has to keep everything in front of them, and you have to make OSU as one-dimensional as you can. I know it's hard to do that, and I know not a lot of no team so far has been able to do that. But you have to shut you have to shut the deep ball down. In my opinion, to beat OSU, you have to shut the deep ball down. That's what you have to do. You cannot let them throw deep on you. If you keep everything to let's say I don't know 15 yards and in, they have to keep everything 15 yards and in. They have to shut the long ball down. And I think that if Clemson can shut the long ball down, it's going to be a really close game. Really close. Because OSU has had a lot of big plays, big long play, long ball. Jalen Hurts throws the long ball pretty good. So I think you have to shut the long ball down. If Clemson can shut the long ball down, it's going to be a good game. If they can limit everything to 15 yards and in. Coach, I have that same feeling. I think I agree with you absolutely, Coach. I just got a feeling that Clemson's going to come in there and they're going to beat OSU. I think it's going to be a close one, and it might even go to overtime. But I'll take Clemson in that one. I think Clemson's coming in there with a I think Clemson's coming in there with a chip on their shoulders, because I don't know. I think Clemson's gonna go. I think Clemson's gonna go in there and beat them. But it could take overtime or even double overtime to do it. I think we're gonna get a spectacular football game. I think that game is going to be awesome to watch. I think that game is going to be a spectacular football game, though. I think it's going to be a pretty good game. I think it's going to be a really, really good, really close game. Like I said, it might even take extra football, to decide a winner. OSU's offense is just so good, though. OSU's offense is so good. It's nobody. No one has been able to slow them down. No one. Not all season. No one's been able to really slow them down. It's like I said, if to me, I think the best way to defend Ohio State is to shorten the field on them and make them work in a small window, in a 15-yard window. If Clemson can make them work in that 15-yard box, from the line of scrimmage, that 15-yard window, I think that they're going to have a chance. But they have to cut the big plays out. They have to keep everything in front of them, and they have to cut those big long, they have to cut those long balls out, and make OSU work in a small window. Because then it comes down to execution. Then it comes down to execution. It comes down to can OSU game plan and adapt, and that's where we're really going to see who's going to win that game. I think that's how you have to. In my opinion, that's how you have to attack. How you have to play. How you have to play that offense is you have to really shrink the field on them. You have to make them work in small windows and see if they can beat you that way, because they're too good. They're too good through the air. It's like I think that's the only way Clemson's gonna going to be able to keep this game, close. Like I said, guys, we're going to have this Saturday is going to be fun. It's going to be a good college football this weekend's going to be real good. That game is going to that game I think is going to be one of the best games of the season we're going to see for college football. It should definitely be a great game to watch. But once again, guys, it's getting late here. It's past 1 a.m. in the morning. And I am going to check up out of here. I am going to check up out of here, guys. I will catch all of you later, and I am going to get some sleep. But once again, thanks for Corone. Yes, Brady lives about an hour from me. Brady lives northeast of Boston. I should say just a suburb of Boston. He lives about 20 minutes outside the city. But once again, guys, thanks for watching. Much appreciated. I am headed to bed. It's past 1 a.m. and it's definitely past the butcher's bedtime. I am out of here, guys. Thanks for watching. Y'all are awesome. And I will check you guys on Sunday for the Pats game. Everybody have a good night, and I am out of here. Peace.